Hello everyone, my name is Kevin Gieslin. I am not a tax, financial, or credit expert. I am an investor and love to talk about investment property. So today I wanted to look at the option if you either have a child that's about to be in college or possibly a niece, nephew, friend's child about to be in college, anyone that's about to be at that age for higher education, this is something that might help. Let's say that you have a credit card that you've never had a late payment on and you've never been over the limit. You could actually add on your kiddo to your credit card. And the language I would use here is, look, little Timmy, you're not getting a card, you're not getting a number, you're not getting any way at all for you to buy something or spend money. However, I want you to benefit from my credit. Now, how that works, part of credit is history. The longer you've had something, the better it is. So if you've never had a late payment, never been over the limit, you could add your kiddo to that credit card, and when their credit is pulled, it would show that they've had that credit card as long as you have. I saw before on a credit report, a young lady that was 23 years old, it showed she had her credit card over 25 years. How's that possible? Her grandfather, who has amazing credit, never been late, never had any issues, added her to one of his credit cards. By the time she graduated high school, she had over 760 credit score. So that's pretty awesome for her. And then also opened up doors for her future because she didn't have to get extra debt or other trade lines in order to get that better score. So, something I'm looking at here. This is coming from someone who has investment properties to college students. I love college students. They pay, I should say their parents pay most of the time, and they make me money, so I'm all for that. Having said that, something that parents may not have considered is what if you added your kiddo to your credit card while they're in high school, and either before their freshman year or even after their freshman year, maybe they have to have a year in the dorms, that's fine. What if you had them purchase the home as a primary residence with you being the co-signer? So in that instance, it doesn't matter that your kiddo doesn't have a work history because you, the co-signer, you do have that history of income. So that's great. The reason that this could be a benefit is you would be looking at 3.5%, 5% down, plus closing costs, obviously. Now the benefit here, if there's a home on Avenue A that we want to buy to rent out, I have to put down 20 to 25% because I'm not moving into it. It's not my primary residence. But if your kiddo is moving into it, it is their primary residence. So with that, 3.5% to 5% down is all that's necessary. So they're able to purchase a home for a lot less out of pocket than I am. In addition to that, typically the interest rate is lower as well. Now, I want to break something out for you and just kind of humor me for a second and see if this makes sense. Majority of our college houses that we have, $2,000 a month. That's 4 bedroom for the most part. So that's $500 a bedroom. Now what if, because again, majority of folks that pay us are parents. I would say probably 20 to 25% of the students are the ones that are actually paying us. In almost every other circumstance, it's the parents. So you're already paying $500 bedroom plus a fourth of utilities. What if you were able to do 3.5% to 5% down? You had a $1,500 a month mortgage, but you get to subtract out your roommates. Now again, in my circumstances, I probably should have done apples to apples. I typically have 4 beds, but in this circumstance, let's say you only have 3, and they pay you the same thing that I'm getting, $500 a room. You're paying the exact same amount a month, whether it's the kiddos renting it or you owning it. Now, again, in this circumstance, I probably should have done apples to apples. I didn't. Technically, there's 3 of you here, 4 of you here. You'd be paying a tiny bit more in utilities. But same circumstances, you could be buying a 4 bedroom and have your kiddo have 3 roommates, not just the 2. So bottom line, this is a way to get your kiddo into a home at a lower amount out of pocket. You're probably going to be paying for them anyway. So in this instance, I would say let's go ahead and own it. Why pay rent? Now the kicker here, hopefully your kiddo graduates in 4 years. Maybe they go 1 or 2 victory laps and it's 5 or 6 years, something like that. All that to say is by the time they are done, if you haven't held a home long enough, unless it's crazy COVID years, which no one's expecting that again, there is a good chance that you'll be losing money on the sale with closing costs, realtor fees, etc. So the thing that this is, it gives you options. Now that the kiddo's graduated in 3 or 4 years and they're moving on to bigger, better things in Houston or Dallas or wherever, at that point, you or the child can now keep this property as an investment property. So you purchased it as a primary residence, you're doing everything correct, and then down the road it becomes an investment property, that's not a problem. So bottom line, you're probably going to be spending money anyway. You have the option to go ahead and own it. And then the second thing, if you're buying that home for a kiddo to move into primary residence, and I'm buying it as an investment property, your kiddo's gonna, or you, your kiddo, both y'all together, are going to have a lower amount out of pocket. You're also gonna have a lower interest rate. So just something to consider if you have any kiddos, nieces, nephews, friends with kiddos, anyone that's going to be college in the near future. This is an option I really think you should consider, because if you don't, you're going to be paying a landlord, someone like myself, a high dollar to have your kiddos go to college. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully it's something that you kind of consider and look into. Just look at what options you may or may not have. But if you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, if you'd please subscribe here. Thanks so much. Y'all take care.